few announcements so we can just get running the service and just have a good time. First thing is we got some coupons. Whoever wants to eat out, these are a lot of buy one, get one free coupons. I'm going to put this book back here, and let's mail us some Popeyes coupons to the church. So please, go to the book, if you eat out, get these coupons, use them. All right. Save some money, amen? Second thing is, we've got Pride coming up, and I want to talk about that for a minute. Get this thing to work. Okay. So we know we've got, of course, Cancer Christ. We've got boxes. So if you know anybody that needs help with that, with food, please let them know who to get in touch with. Our committee, we know who they are. So we don't have any visitors this morning, I don't think. So everybody knows us. But make sure we get hold of the people and get that food out there if we know someone that needs that. Our cookout's coming up on August the 8th, so we're going to have next week a little sheet if you want to help bring some stuff for that. We're going to have a good time. And I forgot to announce last week when we were talking about the picnic. One of the first events we're going to do is tie-dye t-shirts. All you got to do is bring a white t-shirt if you want to participate in that. Barbara and Lisa are heading up that. So, and we have other games and different things going on, and plenty of time to do what you want to do there at the lake. So remember that. And then on the 15th is our ordination services where we'll be ordaining and getting everything set up. And then later, we'll actually organize the Whosoever Will denomination. So remember that. But our ordination service is coming up on August 15th. And then on this, Eugene and Robbie are coming in town for that. And so I'll have Pastor Eugene preach for us on the 16th, that Sunday morning. So remember that and pray for them. They've got moved and kind of getting settled there in Columbus. So just pray for them and keep lifting them up in prayer. 2015, here's the thing. I was checking on the boat, on the floats, and how much the cost of everything's going to be. And the cost to have a float in the parade is $150. And I thought that was kind of steep. So we're gonna next week we're actually gonna vote about that. So think about that. If we want to do the float, or we just want to do our. Either way, we're still going to. If we don't do the float, we're gonna set that up at our booth. So either way, we just think about that, and then we're gonna vote on that next week whether we want to do the float or not. And I'm gonna try to figure out the route because I was told it's just gonna go from Hunter Museum right down there to the front of the park, which isn't that long of a distance. So anyway. Just think about that, pray about that, and we'll decide what we want to do on that regards next week. I think that's all our announcements. I do have, before Tim comes up, because some people have texted me with some different prayer requests and things, so I'll go ahead and get those out. Did I forget anything? Announcement-wise? Okay. All right. I thought I forgot something. I'm the worst. Oh, our finances that we're going to talk about at the end of the service, right at the end of the service. I knew there was something else. I've got that stuff ready for second quarter finances, so that's what we're going to talk about right after service real quick. And then I also need to see Charlene and Tim real quick at the end of service, not long at all. Okay? All right. So that's all of our announcements. I talked to Jeff yesterday on the phone, and he's doing better. His sugar's under control, but he's still got some issues with his eye and what they're trying to diagnose him with. So he wants us to continue to pray for him, lift him up in prayer. He's going to try to go back to work Monday, and hopefully he'll be back with us Sunday. But he does want us to continue to pray for him and lift him up in prayer. Lisa asked for us to continue praying for her as well. They did a little party for her sister in Alabama this weekend because, of course, she's cancer-free. Went to the doctor's cancer-free, so we praise God for that. Amen. But that she did want us to just keep praying and lifting them up. That's why they're not here today. So remember that request. Those are all the requests that I had come in. I can remember we do have a praise report, just praising God and continue to work in Maryland's situation. Hey, if you want him to show up in the courtroom, guess what? He'll show up. Amen? Yes. Come on now. I said if you wanted to show up in the doctor's office, in the hospitals, he'll show up for you. Amen? If you'll just just make way for him and say, Lord, sometimes we get so bogged down and entangled in the details of the stuff we're going through that it bogs us down. We just kind of let go and let God. Amen. He knows how to work it out. So I thank God for that. Brother Tim, come on up. He's probably got some more prayer requests, and then we're going to go to the Lord in prayer. But let's lift each other up. Amen. And we do go into our time of prayer. I'm going to get Sister Judy to help me. We're going to come and anoint Amber, because I know she's hurting this morning. We're going to pray for her for pain that she's in. So when we get that time of prayer, I'm going to get Sister Judy and all those around her. We're going to ask her to get up. We're going to go pray for her because she's hurting with her back. And we know that our God,
yes,
awesome God.
Come on now.
Hallelujah.
The God that we serve, amen?
amen.
The one that saved us, redeemed us, He is a healer, amen?
Yes.
He is. We got testimony all over this place. If we was just have just a show of hands, if He's ever healed you, raise your hand up high. Come on, look at this, amen. Well, guess what? If He done it for one, He'll do it for somebody else. How can you say that, Pastor? Because He's no respect of person. Amen. Praise the Lord. All right, come on. Amen. Praise the Lord. Good morning. Hallelujah. Does anybody else have any spoken requests?
Let me just say something about it. When God showed you dreams, the Bible said old men dream dreams and young men see visions, right?
Yes.
That's what He said.
Now, Mom was in an accident and everything, and then I had to go get the guardianship over my uncle. So I had to go, I looked for a lawyer and I got one, and I went before this lady, and she gonna tell, when they find out he had a little lawsuit through an accident, then they gonna take the guardianship away from me and say, well, we gonna run this, bro. We gonna take this. I said, yeah, you finna take it all right.
Yeah.
So, and the Bible say everything that Satan meant for evil, God will turn it around for your good, right?
That's right.
So
That's what He
we
said.
have to stand on the promises of God, and you also have to believe what God has showed you in a dream, that what He was going to do for you when your time for harvest to come.
Right.
So then I had to go to my attorney Wednesday for a little schooling on what to expect with this position. So when I went for the little school and everything, the Lord just spoke to me to tell this man what they were doing. I said, Mr. So-and-so, I said, I had to go before this judge. This judge want to take what possibility he may get from this lawsuit away from him. He said, man, there ain't no problem. I got my best friend up there in the courtroom, Judge so-and-so, said, we'll fix that.
Amen.
We're going to make you guardian over that. You take care of, ain't you?
That's right.
It's just about believing what God has showed you in your dreams, the promises, His word, because He's not a God that He shall lie, but the Son of Man, He has to repent for anything.
That's right.
So the devil is a lie. She's going to be in
That's right.
rude awakening.
That's right.
Praise the Lord.
And no more.